Hi everybody, welcome to Beauty Broadcast Express. If you're new to this channel, this is where you can find a new review Monday through Friday. All reviews under 5 minutes, just quick to the point makeup and beauty info. And today's review centers around the Too Faced Bonjour Soleil palette. This is a limited edition bronzing wardrobe, they call it. And it's in that kind of metal packaging. It does have a magnetic closure. Mine comes open really easily, and at times, maybe it's just when I've got it like all the way open and I'm using it. Sometimes when I try to shut it, like it just pops open again right away. So that's something I noticed right off the bat. Really, as soon as I got this palette, it was doing that. So I don't know if that's just a flaw with mine, but I wanted to let you know, like, if I were gonna travel with this, I would put a rubber band around it or a hair tie or something. You've got 3 different Too Faced bronzers that do exist in their regular line. And then there is a brush as well. One of their, I believe, teddy bear hair brushes. That's what they call their synthetic brushes. So very soft. You are getting a Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer. This is one that has been much loved by me over the years. I think it's a great, great bronzer for contouring. It's also got that little bit of a chocolatey smell, which definitely doesn't hurt. The next one is the Sun Bunny Natural Bronzer. And this one has a little bit of a shimmery finish. And you can see in comparison to the Chocolate Soleil, it almost looks a little more coppery. Definitely a lot warmer, and I think you can pick up on the shimmer there. And then the third one is Snow Bunny, and this says Luminous Bronzer. And with this product, you actually get 4 different shades. So if you were to mix them all together, and this is probably more concentrated than you might wear it on your cheeks, but you're getting kind of a golden highlight. This brush is a little bit smaller than what I might normally use to apply bronzer with. It can be done, you know, it can be used with this palette, and I did use it for this demo, but most of the time I'm gonna reach for something that's more so the size of, say, a traditional, you know, blush brush, something a little bit fuller, just because I think that makes blending a bit easier. The first one I went into is the Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer, and I just kind of applied this right there in the hollows of my cheeks, and then I just go back through and really blend it out. Even though it might look like kind of a streak when you first get it on there, it definitely can be buffed out. This is a pretty dense brush and it's very soft. I also took that under my jaw and around my forehead as well. I just don't have any issues with this bronzer. I love it, and I have loved it for years. For Sun Bunny, this was something that I used a little bit more like an all-over glow type thing. Tops of my cheeks, center of the forehead, just to give my complexion a little bit more of an overall glow. And then I layered on Snow Bunny, where I would normally highlight, you know, tops of my cheeks, down the nose. This is a pretty sheer bronzer highlight type thing. So you don't get a really amazing contrast with your contouring that you've done. It just more looks like a veil of something slightly glowy on top of your whole look. I've had this product in my collection for a while and could have reviewed it sooner, but I'm just really trying to get a feel for whether or not I thought it was just worthwhile to have a palette of bronzer. But typically when I'm using a bronzer, most of the time I'm just going to use one, and I'm going to use it primarily for contouring purposes. Well, of course, I love makeup, I love palettes, I think it's fun to have options. I can't really say that this palette's a must-have, you know? It's something that I've tried it, I've liked it, but I can't really say like, oh my gosh, everybody must have this, because not everybody feels the same way about bronzers. Some people, you know, just need that one thing and they're good. Not everybody will probably feel the need to have 3 different variations on it. As far as like the quality of each of these, this is my number 1. You know, I love that Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. My number 2 product in here is probably the Sun Bunny. I think it's good, but again, it's a product I feel like I could get by most days without using and be just fine. I think for this palette to be more practical and something I'd enjoy even more would be to have your Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, a blush, whatever blush Too Faced wants to put in here, and then maybe like their Candlelight highlight, which I think is a really pretty highlighter. And then you would have, you know, 3 distinctly different products. They all have their own purpose, and, you know, bam, there's your travel palette. You throw it in a bag. But if you're pretty much set in your ways with your bronzer routine, you know what you need, you don't feel the need to really play around with different shades all the time, I think you could pass on this and be perfectly fine. So thank you so much for watching this review, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.